This is what's going to kill me at this point. Talking about things is going to be a pain in the ass. 11:25 in the morning, West Coast time is the 29th of August, 2029. I have to talk about things that matter the most. Because I'm not quite sure how to publicize or even talk about it to other people. Except to say things simply. We keep talking about how religion is supposed to help solve us or absolve us or how to calm us down. Well, we keep using religion as a way of excuses to hurt everybody and anybody around us in the name of a theology. Atheists would say that there is no God. Religious folk would say there is a God or a higher power. It also depends upon our human behavior, whether or not we're actually going to behave to what codes that we think that were set down that would help us to alleviate our issues, help us understand each other. But if we can't do that to each other, then we are surely screwed one way or another. Our own artistic impressions and expressions try to show both good, bad, and screwed up. We want peace, but we're going to be courting war to get peace. We want bloodshed for the peace. We want justice, but in the name of vengeance. We want to be truthful and honest, yet lie our asses off even to our own selves and don't even realize it. We want to keep things sacrosanct, and yet we change them because our own egos or our own wills dictate it and demand it. We don't want to come across as we think we know better when we don't. Hell, I don't even know better, and I don't even know why I'm doing this damn rebuttal. Rebuttal to other videos I've already saved, but I haven't posted. Excuse me. Not even putting them out there on YouTube. And if I had, I've taken them out because it's needed. I needed to do this. I had seen man's inhumanity towards each other, even demonstrated on this date, where you can't be homeless. You are illegal. You must go somewhere else. Rooms are not enough. There's more demand than there is supply. And we have to keep pushing people aside because there is no place for anybody. And yet, the homeless keep increasing because the ones who keep screaming at NIMBY are feeding it with themselves and screwing them over with the same laws that they create. We have politicians trying to court votes at sacred and sacrosanct memorials that only the dead have consecrated the grounds. But we do it for political gains because it feeds our ego and screws everything else up at the same damn time. Our own hubris gets the best of us. We deny. We lie about it. We try to make ourselves more worthy to whatever that governs and powers us and well and above, and we can't. We can't match up to that level. We can't rise up to that challenge because we still are we still are hating people left and right because of it. We can't show love to each other, otherwise we're facing faults. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We say we're one type of sect or religious group that honors. We don't. We don't. So now we're just we don't know how to classify ourselves. We want to classify ourselves. We want to be better than everybody else, and yet we demonstrate we're not. We want to show that we have leadership. We're going to be following one particular person, and yet we can't. I don't get it. We try to be honest. We try to be open. We try to be accountable, transparent, responsible. We claim these things, but we're not. Hi, Mama. We claim that we want to be, that we are, and we demand that people follow us. We demand. It's only demanded because we want our egos fed. We want the popularity. We go on social media to post our stuff out there to show what kind of worthy people, special people, how ordinary people can get on there and gather as much followers because of why? Because we want to be popular. We want our egos so fed we don't even know what's going on. People are struggling trying to find their own niche, work for survival. They want to be part of the in crowd to feed popularity, to feed their own megalomania of sorts. At times I have to keep asking myself, why do I keep doing these YouTube channels? And originally I kept coming back to the original point of just being a memory log until I actually had, excuse me, people following me left and right. At times, why? What was it that I was saying that was so special to anybody else that they weren't listening to anybody else but me? I'm still asking that question for myself right now. I'm still struggling with my own identities half the time, my own situations. I observe a lot of things happening that I don't like. And I'm hearing things from other people that are scaring the hell out of a lot of the people. I'm taking them off to making them angry. I think everything else should be reflected around them when it isn't. When it isn't. Some things. I come across social media and their hyperbole going on. Trying to do the war drums all the time. Trying to do the drum head. Blame and point fingers at everybody else, but really don't even look in the mirror. See their own portion of it. They don't want to. They don't want to do that. They don't want to accept responsibility or accountability or be transparent about it. They'll blame everybody else for their own decisions. I can't say mistakes because it's their decisions they made. They want to create the chaos and confusion. They want to keep saying that this is going to happen if this is going to happen. Because we think so, we say so, therefore it's going to happen. But if it doesn't, when it doesn't, then what do? Scream and yell, freak out, and blame, because that's the only thing they know how to do. What else is there but to constantly blame people? We put information like this in our media, in our creations. We write, we film, we act out, we portray, we do things. Is it enough? No. Mildly entertaining if we happen to put it out there in videos that we'll watch it for a short time, then probably not remember it. And if it's in books, if it's not hard hitting enough or stimulating enough, one ear after the other ear goes into a collection or somewhere else. But for those things that we keep creating the chaos and confusion, it's terrifying because we created the terror for everybody, showing up our nightmares. It's one thing to express our nightmares in creative ways if we can, to show to people what terrifies us and scares the hell out of us and maybe everybody else. But hopefully, if there's if there's going to be a positive ending, or is there going to be an outcome that we can actually hold on to, but it ain't. Elections coming up right now. We have both parties pointing fingers at each other, saying that there's going to be chaos and confusion, that the other side is going to be bringing up, but we're pure, we're blameless. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Because if we want the peace, we keep thinking that one person is going to bring it all in. That's not that at all. In ourselves, we have that responsibility. We have the power, transparency, accountability. We can do it for ourselves. But other people, no, they say other things. We keep thinking that on a particular date at a certain time there's going to be chaos and confusion in the streets. There's going to be riots happening. Funny, the only riot I ever saw that was trying to affect political change, and quite violently, was on January 6th in Washington Capitol. Just after an election happened, where one term was trying to rally the troops to stop the election process. People died, got injured. For those who defended, some have retired off because they couldn't deal with it. The politicians that were being protected spoke differently days after the incident, pretended as if it didn't happen. We have hearings about it, talk about it, tried to show the culpability of it. And still, some people still think it's fake news. But we're going to be electing those kind of people again because they want us to do it all over again. We hear change all the time. We don't hear continuity. We don't want continuity. We want change all the damn time. But if they truly wanted continuity, wouldn't they want a continuity of we're not trying to blame the other person? Some people wanted continuity a long time ago, but created a civil war in the process. Tore our country apart. Other civil wars happening across the globe. Uprisings. Some changes positive, other changes devastating. Called history, but people keep saying it. History? What's that? Oh, a collection of folk stories and tall tales. That's what's happening. Didn't happen. Wasn't happening. Therefore, don't believe any of it. That's the thing. Did it happen? Or did it not happen? We have proof. We call it proof. We have a collection of stories. Did it happen? Or is it all fake? We have theologists out there who are struggling with this. Some are trying to say that only one person can put us to ease, and he's going to be the next president of the United States. But it turned out to be a liar, cheat, and thief, and a con man. That's what happened. That's what happened. But we're supposed to feel comfortable about it. We're supposed to feel something about it. We're supposed to feel what about it? I don't understand it. I'm confused and conflicted about it. People want so much. I do my diaries because I have things to say, observations, things I've gone through, feelings, emotions. I was doing it as an emotional lifeboat, as breadcrumbs to a point where if I'm losing my sanity at any point, if I'm losing any capability of speech, that there would have been a way of tracking this stuff. To see how the clarity of thought is working, to see how the actuality of working a mouth and vocal cords, and also having the brain stimulate vocalization processing here, and in the tongue, trying to articulate things, trying to speak my mind. But seeing how other things are happening right now, I don't know what the hell we're doing anymore. To tell you the truth. It scares me. What are we supposed to be doing? I don't know, and I can't tell because I don't know what to say or do about it. What am I supposed to be saying or doing about it? I don't know anymore. Because I don't have the answers that people are looking for. I don't. People want the ratings. They want to have their faces put out there. They want to make sure that they are supporting these people. Therefore, they're going to be acting like complete idiots. Or, as people have predicted, or seen their projections of such. I don't know. What else do they want? Honest to God, what do they want? I don't know anymore. So, trying to make sense out of one particular incident at a cemetery that has given so much grief to a lot of people. A lot of grief. A veterans memorial. A cemetery full of the honored dead that served the country. And people come to reflect memories and pain and loss. Pay their respects on anniversaries. But some politician would come in with a camera crew and desecrate. All because someone said they invited a desecrator to come in and became part of the process that's going to be haunting them for a while. Something private should have been and wasn't. And now they got to be part of it. A town that one lives in, on social media, big on hype and big on talk of what's going to happen on a certain day and a certain time. I had tried to do a couple of videos on this one and it came out not so good. I had anger, I had fire, I had material. Perhaps that will be shared, but for right now, it isn't. Hidden away, hidden away, and not out there, not out there. Because if it was out there, there'd be more controversy. Why should I be feeding that fuel when it's not needed and not warranted? But the others want to feed their own ego, their own face on this one. Proudly strut like they're peacocks, with their feathers all fanned out. They want to be proud as a peacock and crow like one. Crow like a rooster. Doesn't work too well for the two birds anyway. One doesn't crow, but just caws or coos, I think. The other one is bellicose, but doesn't have the plumage. So how can the two be married into one? And yet we try to be like both. And it pisses me off when we are like that because now what are we? Some think I am a guru. No, I'm no damn guru. I'm reflecting too much. I'm thinking too much of things. I'm seeing, I'm hearing. I'm supposed to be focusing on other tasks that are supposedly important to me. And how we're supposed to be handling things, how we're supposed to be dealing with things, and yet we're not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it, as it should be. Or should have been. I deal with pain, I deal with loss, I deal with personal struggle. And yet, I wake up each day feeling the pains from the night before or throughout the night. I struggle with that on a daily basis. Just how am I not supposed to feel about it? How am I not supposed to be part of it? How am I not supposed to be anything related to it? And to tell you the truth, honest to God, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm here, I'm doing, I'm dealing, and that's all I can do. I said before, a town I live in wants to celebrate lies, cheats, thieves, liars, and conmen. They want to be like them because they admire them. One guy was supposed to bring in a golden age, and yet didn't happen. But he goes around to a memorial cemetery just to get political pics and vids. Doesn't matter who invited him. It was just all pure politics, all pure ego. And the people who invited and got betrayed, well, now they got skin in the game. They got skin in the game. And now they're all part of it too. I have people asking about, or actually chatting with others regarding religious viewpoints, how we're supposed to look at things now. We're supposed to look at a particular theology taking over everything because why? If the theology was studied long enough and hard enough, or just simply looking at it just for a few seconds, they would have realized what fools and idiots they are. Was this the thing that they wanted in the first place? To core chaos and confusion when the opposite was supposed to be? But they call themselves one, but they're going to form a theology. No, I call it Spanish Inquisition. I call it the Crusades. I call it the past that keeps repeating itself every so often, but people don't bother. They keep thinking it's fiction. It's false. So the only way to do it is let them repeat it all over and over and over again. They are stuck on the rat wheel, I call it. They want to keep demonstrating it? Let them demonstrate it. It only tells me something about it. They don't know anything or everything. And that's all right. None of us do. We're not God. We're not the ultimate library out there. We have our own little libraries that we've learned and still learning and adding to it. But to say our form of knowledge is better than everybody else's and therefore should be worshipped because the person said so, because it's supposed to be, I'm sorry, don't deal or work around with that one. So for right now, listening to a refrigerator popping and locking, listening to a dog that's sleeping and hearing a little slight snores. Turning off the politics for a while because all they keep doing is repeating themselves over and over again and thinking that they know everything in life. They don't know. They'll never know in this lifetime. Some people keep thinking, how come they don't see what we're believing in? Sorry, it just doesn't work that way. Other people may have their own priorities. My priority right now is just dealing when I'm dealing with. I know there are a lot of things I don't know about, and I accept that. I'm not there to lead people. I'm not going to lead people. I refuse. Follow your own path. Follow your own destiny. Follow those you think there might be. I know I'm not. And I'm not going to entertain it either. I don't want to feed my own damn ego monster. Maybe it's called pride or fear at this point. It takes someone with a hell of a lot stronger character and better mindset. Others just serve simply. I'd rather be serving simply and not leading people. Besides, I hadn't got the call from above anyway for that one. I'm not looking forward to it. I just got to deal with what I've got to deal with right now until things turn around for different. That being said,